All right. Good evening, respected chairperson and all of my friends. So yeah, so the today the subject matter which has been given to us is we are always more pessimistic than optimistic. Fine. I mean, let's describe, let's find out these 2 points, like these two words, pessimism and optimism, which are two integral parts of our psychology. Now, there is also a saying that more experience, more negativities. Why this word has come? Because the person, those who have worked, those who know, those who have more experiences, they know that what is the bitter truth is. What are the points that we have made mistakes, and it is being said that we learn from our mistakes, and that is what the pessimism is. Because as I think most of our speakers have already mentioned that pessimism, or we tend to attract to the negative parts very easily. So that is what we have to consider, that we are more pessimistic. Now let's take the example, like the what pessimism, why what I mean why, how pessimism helps us. Just pessimism helps us, sir. Let's talk the example of insurance. Basically, what is insurance is like
Do
when
you think that if a person tries to do something at that particular point in time, the person need to set up his or her mind with the highly pessimism instead of the optimism? I heard the sentence, whenever a person is going to be highly experienced, the person is going to be more confident enough. But this is the first time I come to know from you
there
that if
is
a person is trying to be highly experienced, the person is going to be highly pessimism.
yes. Because see, we are in the world. Okay, we are not in a gaming zone that whatever we want we will get it. It's not possible. So if you have seen the struggles, say for example the startups, you have seen there are different struggles there. And if you are optimistic, I mean, just you are just only optimistic. Just let me finish. Just optimistic. You never see the hurdles. You will just ignore the hurdles and you will start.
No,
And,
there
and,
is the
and
lies the
at a certain
question.
point, just
Mr.
let me
Datta,
finish.
no,
Let me finish.
there's no
At a
question of
certain
finishing the
point,
sentence. The
at a
question is that
certain
whatever
point,
you are trying to say, if that be the case, there are number of people, those who are trying to give now and then a startup. So they should not. If they are in your words or in your statement, if they are pessimism.
what is
Are
what is the percentage of that? Can you just tell me what is the percentage of how many of us are starting business? How many business are successful? How many startups are successful? How many startups have grown? You see the numbers and you will
take
be,
the example of Mr. Ambani,
you are just taking the okay. Which Ambani?
what he was.
Which Ambani you are trying to say?
The present leading the industrial belt, Mr. Ambani.
Mr. Ambani.
Yes.
You know who is Mr. Ambani?
No, I don't know. Please explain me.
What was his father was?
No, I don't know.
Dhirubhai Ambani.
I don't know.
He was Dhirubhai Ambani, and he got everything. And another one is there. The person's name. Sir, can I tell the names?
I don't know whether it will be suitable for you two or not.
Yes. Okay. So whatever trying to say is, see, optimism and pessimism. If you just compare to these words, you will see this pessimism comes here. Pessimism comes.
I'm not going to deny that the pessimism, the word will never will come. It will be existent of somewhere else. There will be. But is there any person on this planet called Earth is going to carry forward all along with him or with her the what called the pessimism?
Pessimism is a part of it. You have
Pessimism just simply gives a person the gloominess.
Let me give you one
Pessimism, if a person carries along with him or her, he simply carries along with him the Brody, the Modi, and nothing else. But the optimism gives the cheerfulness, the cheerfulness like enthusiasm that no, today I can't, but tomorrow definitely I can. So that is called the self-dedication, and that is the.
Mr. Just a minute, let me enter, Mr. Rao. What is the number of UPSC items we can provide? We can do?
See, now if you take the ratio, all the students are not the government employee, but all the government employees are the students. Do you think that? Do you no? What you are asking the question that cannot hold the water. That cannot hold the water. Whatever my opponent, Mr. Datta, is trying to say, I'm highly disagree with him because he is trying to take the ratio of the government employee. But my question is that whenever a government employee is not going to the school, he cannot be a government employee. Now the question is that every student cannot be the government employee, but all the government employee are the students.
Cut to the chase, cut to the chase.
My point is, what is the number of attempts?
Whatever is the number, that is none of my business. Just because the reality what says that I would like to know from my opponent. He is right now trying to
What
say
is the reality?
the reality is that there are many people, if they are failure, if they are unable to achieve something, so now they are going to hold their horses to upcoming days. They will be Kaldamo, or they will be coming with the flying colors. But my opponent, Mr. Datta, is trying to say, if there is a person, the person who is going to fail once, twice, thrice, the person will be always in the alakates. Oh my God, I can't, it's not possible. Is this possible for my opponents? I would like to
You
know.
want to say, like, which is not good for me. I know which is not. It's not a piece of cake for
If
me.
that be the case, I would like to give the reminder to my opponent.
Sir, he is not allowing me to speak, sir. I do not have the vocal power like him.
So you should not take the part in the debate.
Sir, actually, I do not.
Let him answer you.
I do not have. I do not use my vocal power in this manner. So that is what I am trying to say. Why I am trying to say is that we have only 6 attempts. Or consider this one. Now, why we have these 6 attempts? Because say I am continuously attempting this examination, and it is not a piece of cake for me. It is one of the toughest exams in the world, and it is very hard to crack. So in the 6 attempts, after the 6 attempts, if you cannot get succeed, then you have to try for the any other job or any other thing, because also government knows that if he tries to focus on this particular one more than 6 or more than 7, he will not able to crack it, but he will also spoil his future. This is why the number of attempts is
Stories end.
6.
Stories
That
end.
is what I'm trying to say. Now the fact is, say for example, there are different, like somebody was from your team was trying to say that what if there is a driverless car one, what is like the car is there, so how many failed attempts we have to follow. Just take the example. Say for example, when I am driving, suppose I just slipped off and the car got accident. We met with an accident. That is what the driverless car has come, because we know if there is some the driver is suppose unconscious or something happened to the driver, the AI can take care of it. That is what the invention has there. So
Still is under progress. Still it is under progress.
pessimism is the mother of invention. And if you see the insurance, so just for example,
Pessimism is the mother of invention, not necessity is the mother of invention.
pessimism gives the birth. Pessimism is a part of it, not
So if that be the case, I would like to give the reminder.
So you have to stick that to bar.
No, sir. Necessity is needed, but sir, also pessimism also gives that one. Like sir, as I mentioned, that this is the need of it.
Pessimism creates necessity.
Pessimism not create. Pessimism necessity is there. Always necessity is there. But the pessimism teaches us that this is the necessity. This is the necessity. This is what the necessity is. Pessimism says that. Because sir, as I mentioned, that this is the result. Then sir, say for example, the insurance, sir. Let's say there is a medical.
Sir, sorry to interrupt my opponent.
There is a critical medical emergency, and that in that case, say for example, you need 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs. I mean, how can you collect this money within a very short time? So for that reason, there are medical insurances are there. You have to buy it. I mean, yes, definitely you cannot use it. You do not use it. That is not the fact. But the fact is, insurance is there for this. This is what.
So we take out many medical insurances with a pessimistic attitude or with an optimistic.
No, sir, pessimistic. Because what if it happens to me? Optimistic means what? That I will live happily, strongly.
Don't you find some optimism there? Yes, all right. Even if I die, the family will
No,
start.
sir, that is not medical insurance. That is term insurance.
Of course, no.
No, that is not medical insurance. The
Because
medical insurance
if
is
all your savings go out for your treatment. Then what will the survivors do? So your
Sir, it's not about mine also. Like it's about my dependent, my parents. And what about that? What now I am thinking.
That means ultimately you are trying to keep the savings intact. So that for your medical
No, sir.
expenses.
No. That is not also the truth. Like we have the savings, but the fact is, sir, we cannot have that money at that time, right? I am saying that, say for example, I am.
Why not?
So, sir,
If you have
no, sir.
savings, you
Say
have savings.
for example, I am running a financial loss. What happens? This is a pessimism. Sir, running through a financial loss.
Can I-
How can we live? How can we aid my parent? How can we treat my family? This is the part that is what we pessimism gives.
So out of that you are doing this so that the members of the family can benefit from that.
Members of the family can benefit from that, but the fact is also, sir, there is also a part that if there nothing happens, then the whole money will go in vain. So that is what also a pessimism is. So pessimism is everywhere, sir. Pessimism, or there are many pessimisms. I mean, if you are comparing,
So we think that Shah is trying to drive home to us the fact that when you take out a medical insurance, you have the silent desire to suffer from some disease. If you do not suffer from some disease, then your mediclaim will go in vain.
No, sir. I think that's completely irrelevant. Medical insurance or whatever he is trying to tell, we do all these things being optimistic. Why? Because if I'm being pessimistic, I might think that this situation or this obstacle is there in my life, and what should I do? I'm not finding any solutions or something. If I'm finding any solution, let it be any treatment or mediclaim or medical insurance, I'm being optimistic that yeah, something has happened in my life. Maybe someone is suffering from chronic health issues, and still I'm trying to help.
pessimism, right, sir?
Negativity. One second. You are confusing negativity with pessimism.
Pessimism is that one.
Pessimism is the negative.
No. Let me explain. Then I'm not telling that negative things can't happen in our lives. Definitely, any day anything can happen. And if I'm thinking that this can happen, if I'm taking the worst case scenario and I'm not thinking about the solution, that is what pessimism is. That I am
That is the pessimistic thing.
who is thinking about the insurance.
If you are going to do, okay, so there is a term. There is three terms. Okay, so you are going to definitely take the insurance because you are risk averse, right? So why you are risk averse?
Because I want to overcome that obstacle. Because I want to overcome that obstacle, and if that mindset is there in my mind that I want to overcome, that is optimism.
Exactly. So you are thinking that you want to
Overcome the setbacks.
obstacle, right?
Yeah.
So you are thinking about the setbacks, and that is the negative things you are thinking. So
Okay. Let me explain first. What is the difference between the negative things, negativity, and the pessimism? That
Okay.
I'm not telling that negative things can't happen in our lives. Okay, it definitely can happen, and it will happen. I can't do anything with that. But if
what is the difference between negativity and
let me tell.
We
If
definitely know this.
I'm trying to explain, if something negative is happening in our lives, I can't control my life. Negative things can happen, but if I am completely indulged into that thoughts that
No,
this
we are also
this
not
is what has
telling that
happened,
you-
this is what happens now, what will I do? I don't have any way, I don't have any solutions. This is what the negative mindset is. We can have negative
we are
situations
not
in our lives, but we can't be negative. We
the
can't
word
have a
you said
negative.
of the
We
pessimism
can't have
says
the
that
we
you are
can't
the
have the
person who
negative
is
mindsets.
negativity.
We can't have the negative mindsets. We have to be optimistic that something has happened.
I think
That
you are
might
talking
happen.
about
Definitely has
the
happened.
because, you know, like whatever you are talking about, definitely you know that this is crucial, that you need to think about the pessimistic things. You are negative because yeah, you are.
But how many people
Okay,
are there?
okay.
Which call, how many people are there? Can you give me a data? Can you give me a data? How many people are there whenever they are trying to achieve something with the pessimism they start up? Can you give me a data?
Definitely.
How many percentage? Please come to the percentage. You do not know. So please, while you do not know, do not raise the question. While you do not know, please do not raise the question. Whenever a person is trying to achieve a job, at a particular point in time, the person is trying to face the interview with the positivity, and the positivity lies in the minds of each and every interviewer. There is another
Your question, your point is
interview. Dismiss from the.
Okay.
Sir, I want to answer your question. The answer you mentioned, the question you mentioned, that what is the failure of startups, or what is the success rate? That is a 10%, and the failure rate is 90%.
But she's unable to tell. But she's unable to tell.
Which
All
one is more? You got the answer.
Yes. So now the question is that whenever
if-
we have to say something, she should be solid on her own ground. Now my
I'm telling
opponent
you,
speaker,
not
Miss Paul
listening to
should be
me.
solid at her own ground. Now the question is that she is trying to.
Listen to her.
Yeah, definitely. So if you are go through, if you definitely if you go through any research paper, about this, definitely you can see that why. I mean, she is also talking about the drawbacks. She is also talking about the setbacks. Let me finish. Okay, so definitely the negative things is coming in our
We are
mind.
not going to deny Miss Paul. We are not going to deny the negativity will not be coming.
There is an optimistic things. I am not also denying the fact, but I am telling that we are more pessimistic than optimistic. Why you know?
There lies
Why
the question.
In
There
a-
lies
in
the
a
question
childhood- in a
that you
childhood
are
as well.
more.
In a childhood as well. When you are going to the school, okay, you are thinking about I mean, why the exams will take place? Because I mean, we are going to score. Definitely, we know that what will be the
It is my
consequences.
fortune, Miss Paul. Today I am coming to know a lot of things new.
Yeah,
Which never I
same.
come to know.
No, no.
You are telling
No, see,
something.
you
He
are
is telling something.
why
Not a
you-
single student
why
thinks
you want
in
to
his school
crack
days
a
that
job?
why I
Now
am
let-
studying
No, tell me
exam
why
because it's
you
a part and
want
parcel
to
of the
crack a
study.
job. No,
My
tell me
dear
why you
Miss
want
Paul,
to
this is a
crack
part
a
and
job.
parcel of the
Because you
study.
know that
Whenever a student is going to school or whenever a student is going to
Oh,
college,
why
to attend,
somebody wants to
definitely
crack a
he
job?
should be
Why?
facing
Why?
the
Why?
exam.
Yes, that is the thing that you know the consequences of your life. That you know that life is uncertain. You
Okay,
need
so
money to
We
live.
might be thinking that life is uncertain.
her point is if we are optimistic, we can't go to crack a job, right?
I am
We are
telling you,
pessimistic.
if you are
That's why
optimistic,
people
how
are.
many people are optimistic? Whenever
No,
you are
your
doing
point is
something, you
somebody
are
is going to
doing
crack an interview or a job
If
just
you
to be pessimistic in their lives. Is this your point, really?
pessimistic. This is human nature. It will come automatically.
Do you think all our human actions are the products of pessimism?
Yes, definitely, sir. It's very true because you know whatever we are doing.
Okay, excuse me. For example, you are going to celebrate a certain day. What sort of pessimism is there in that celebration?
So look, happiness is one of the things, right? So if you are care about your health, okay, then definitely the doctor also will prescribe that happiness or the celebrities is needed for your health. So if you are conscious about your health, that you need a healthy life,
No,
definitely
you
you
are
will go.
celebrating your birth discipline. So
Yeah,
what-
it is good for our mental health. So we are also thinking that if we are not celebrating the small things in our life, definitely we will be depressed.
No, why? You should be optimistic and just idly sit in your
At that time,
house.
you will not be very
On
much
your birthdays.
busy mentally.
If we are very much
She is right. She is saying that
No,
there is
sir,
a
her-
kind of pessimism.
No, sir,
No,
it is
sir,
impossible.
their
It is-
point.
It's not
It is
impossible.
impossible. It
You
is
are
impossible.
here
Whenever
also-
Miss
you
Paul
are
is going
here
to
also
celebrate
for
her
the
birthday,
pessimistic things.
whenever Miss Paul is going to celebrate her birthday, before going to celebrate her birthday, she has invited a lot of invitees. So now on that particular day, God forbids, if
Why?
she is not physically
Why?
well,
Because
that
of
is different
loneliness.
issue.
Why?
But
Because
until
of
unless she is
loneliness.
fit and
You
fine,
know that?
she is in the pink, so definitely she will be busy welcoming the guest and nothing else. So whatever she is talking, she is simply going to cold shoulder your questions, she is going to stop around your question and nothing else.
If we want to socialize ourselves, because we know at the back of the mind that definitely if I am ideal or if I am doing anything by our own selves in my house only, and we are not socialized with other people, definitely we will end up with the loneliness, and this will definitely come. I mean, it will come the depressions or damage the
So
mental
depression
health.
was an illness cause.
So definitely we want to socialize with people. Why we need friends? Why we need relatives? Why
Miss
we
Paul,
need
have you understood
No,
what Sarah
but
put in
sir,
the
they
question?
are-
Miss Paul, have you understood what Sarah put in the question?
Yes, I understood. That's why I am answering.
And I cannot find sir any logic. It's a public matter to me. What she's saying simply.
No, why-
Just because whenever
why
a person
we are-
is going to
Look.
celebrate such a, there are certain occasions, some like birthday, Diwali. So at that particular point in time, I have seen people are highly anxiety. What sort of anxiety that how I will give my warm welcome to my guests. Everything will be all right.
Anxiety is something
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Why anxiety happens? It happens. There are many people.
That's negative.
No, not at all. Why? Because Mr. Sen is one of the persons. While he was in the occasion of his own wedding, ask him. Physically, he is present here. So
Okay.
that happened.
He
That is not at all the negativity. That is not at all the negativity. That happens. Then each and every person carries that one.
Sir,
That because
I have
to
something
celebrate
to
the
say.
celebration smoothly.
when you lack confidence, there is much anxiety.
Yes.
They
And
are
that is pessimism.
no, they are whenever a highly confident person also get into the celebration, it's a different feeling.
So, sir, I have.
It's a
I have
different
this
feeling just
answer.
because it's not the lack of confidence.
There is
Sir,
acceptance that this is a different feeling.
Yes.
But that feeling is the brainchild of pessimism.
No, not at all. Just because whenever a person is the anxiety.
She is trying
Yeah,
to say.
and also like if you are giving the example of
Mr. Sen,
since
yes.
wedding, if he didn't or don't want to invite someone, doesn't want to invite someone,
Then he's going to save his capital. Then he's going to save his money.
Okay, this is going to save his money. Now afterwards, his friends definitely they will ask him about the wedding, and then he will think, my God, I am not inviting someone. I am not informing these things to others.
Don't you think so? Whatever you are going to say, it is illogical.
Okay,
No, this is also pessimistic thing.
On the day of marriage, both the groom and the bridegroom feel a little nervous and anxious. Why? It's a fact.
because it's not,
For
sir,
ages.
not nervous but excited, because they are going to start their new lives with their partners or the love of their lives. That's why they are a bit excited. They're not nervous. No.
Or Shubhra says, Shubhra, do you want to give this word nervousness or anxiety? Or what she's in excitement?
No, sir, this is not at all excitement because
Because
if this marriage is love marriage,
No,
then she knows her.
palpitation takes place.
Yeah, palpitation. Yeah.
Palpitation
So,
may be
why?
created by excitement and also by anxiety.
But I think it is because of not because of excitement.
Anxiety.
Okay, anxiety. Because I mean, if she is
What
talking
is the
about,
anxiety for?
yeah, definitely because she knows that afterwards, definitely she is going to lead a life. She definitely
Going to
has
step
some.
into a new phase of life.
Exactly, she has a more. I mean, more things in her. Yeah.
In the eve of New Year's, we are more excited than nervous because we are stepping to a new year. Like that, as I'm stepping, or somebody is stepping to their new lives with the love of their lives, they are excited, not anxious, not nervous, not sad, not worried, anything.
Definitely.
They are more
I think
excited.
you are not
And
you definitely.
you also didn't
No, I
experience,
didn't.
yeah, then how could you
So
tell?
better ask someone who is married.
But sir,
And on that particular day, when the car had already been delayed with flowers and all this, I was going out and I had put on the dhoti and everything already. Suddenly, all the butterflies in the pit of my stomach became a flutter and I had to run to the loo.
But was that because of anxiety, sir? Was that because of anxiety or excitement?
It is very difficult for me to say.
But sir, I have one more point that Shubhra and Shan, they are stating that if something negative is happening in my life and I'm thinking about that something has happened, that is pessimism. I don't think so. If I'm thinking that yeah, something has happened, something wrong has happened, and I am ready to overcome the setbacks and to find the solutions. To find the solution, that is optimism. Negative things definitely should happen in our lives, and that happens. We can't control. But they are telling that as negative things are happening in our life, and we are thinking, we definitely need to think about that because. No, we definitely need to think about that. If we are not thinking about the obstacles, we don't know. We can't get the solutions. We have to.
You have
Just
the
one
negative
question.
thing.
One question. How did you know that these negative things will come?
I'm not thinking that these things will come. I'm telling that if something has already happened in my life, okay, I'm not manifesting that. I'm not welcoming
No,
that.
we
No,
are
something
also
will
not
happen
saying that. We are
in
also
the
not
past, in
we
the
are
next
talking
2 years.
about
No,
Sure.
something has happened. Now I have to overcome
Why
the
are you
situation.
thinking about the
I have
when
to.
there
I
is
have to
nothing
get
happened?
rid of this
Is this
situation.
a very much
This is the
bullshit
thing.
question? Don't you feel so small?
But there is a proverb: a born child dreads the fire. If once you are born, somehow accidentally, you will be breathing the fire all the time. So if something
Sir,
negative happens to your life, you will always be apprehensive that again it may come.
No, sir. I think if some accidents is happening in my life, and that can be because of my unconsciousness or something, I'll be afraid, definitely, that's the thing. But the more I'll be conscious that from cautious, yeah, that from the next time I should not do things that can lead this that can lead
Some
to,
precautionary
yeah,
measures.
yeah, and
Subrata, please.
Definitely, so
what are
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. I would like to discuss some points that can I totally agree with statement that we are more pessimist than optimist. See, we everybody saw the World Cup, the last World Cup in
Yes.
2022.
Which World Cup, cricket or football?
Cricket World Cup,
Okay.
ODI.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. The whole city was ours. The ground was ours. The team was ours. The team India. But the external team, the Australian team, beat us. When we are going to lose the game, we are all the silent. If we are optimistic, then we will should cheer this with the same energy.
But Mr. Modi, don't you feel so? Don't you feel so? Whenever a game you are going to give the example, whenever you are going to give an example of a sports background, any sport, that may be football or that may be the cricket, don't you feel so that is not the real example in our real life? Don't you feel so? If that be the case, if that be the case, now let me give you another one example. The soccer game, the match between the final match between the France and the Argentina. If that be the case, Mbappe has played so well, who was trying to make the dance the entire Argentina on his finger. But the fact is that here the Argentina won the game. So now the question is that France has lost the game. Why? Just because they didn't get the enough score. But where Argentina won the match in the penalty shootout. So penalty shootout doesn't going to give the significant character of a game match. Why? Just because during 90 minutes, whenever the match is going to take place, whenever the scorer is going to score a goal, that particular result is the real result. You cannot take the result in the penalty shootout.
You are talking about the data, right?
I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the entire reality. The entire world was exactly going to focus on the screen of the TV. Why? Just because Argentina is trying to face the France. Not only the superstar is going to ruin the week. Entirely Argentina. Why? Just because Mbappe was only the person. Mbappe was only the player who was trying to do something against the Argentina. So now for that reason, Argentina is unable to do something. So for that reason, they were trying to achieve the game in the penalty shootout. They knew very well that whenever the penalty shootout is going to take place at that particular point in time, at any point, they can win the trophy. And just because of for that reason, they were trying to give the trophy to the Messi. Why? Just because Messi has won all the trophies except the World Cup trophy. So for that reason, they all are trying to give him the trophy. Why? Just because they are trying to give the analogy the trophy which they didn't get it. So for that reason, you cannot take one of the examples of the football or the cricket example in the practical life.
I have an answer for. Sir, I have an answer for his question. Who? Oh, sorry.
That's it, yeah. Okay. Modi, you are of course a brilliant point. Happy to carry on.
humans respond strongly to negative than positive. If we are pessimistic, then it helps us to anticipate and ready for our future.
Yes, Shalit.
No.
For example, if we are thinking start a war, but unfortunately we fail in this war. If we be optimistic, we are doing this work, then we will be depressed. But if we will be pessimistic, then we will think that we will give our effort much in the future?
Abby.
Sir, I have an answer. My opponent partners. He said that 2024, 23 World Cup, Cricket World Cup, Indian peoples do not cheer up our players. He doesn't know that our prime minister, he also cheer up our players, and he is motivated our players. And if any person the pessimism or negative person, so how can I overcome how he overcome our bad time?
Okay, okay.
Hello, Michelle.
No. Can I
Yes.
give an answer?
That
No. I'm countering. Wait. I'm countering. What was your question? That why didn't the audience cheered up our players? Okay, touch wood. Just assume that any friend of yours or any relatives or of yours is admitted in the hospital. Okay, what will you do? What will you do?
I'll do my duty.
Right.
Right.
And you will do your duties and you will pray to God that He should get rid of this. Okay. Now, I'm not finished yet. Now, when you told that we were about to lose the match, right? We were about to lose the match. Now, as Indian audience can see that we are losing our match, should we cheer up with joy or should we pray to God to win the match? What should we do? Just one answer. What should we do? We should cheer up or we should pray to God.
This answer cannot be answered in one sentence.
I
have to tell.
I just asked one question and I have given you the options. I have given you the options. This is yeah. I just need one answer because I have different questions. I have different questions. If I have different questions. Okay. Answer. Your answer, please. Your answer, please.
See,
Answer her question only.
Yeah.
see, you are telling me, you are telling about the match. Okay, that
No, you told about the match.
okay. You said about the event that why
One question.
Why
When we are watching that we are about to lose the match, should we cheer up for our players or should we pray to God to win the match?
see. I have read in Nanda Ramakrishna Mission that I have
What?
I have read in the Nanda Ramakrishna Mission
Hmm.
hostel school. Okay, yes. Okay. So
Just-
let me explain. But if I tell
no,
that,
okay.
that we can explain. Okay, see. You ever heard the Moonborn under 19 team?
No.
Then you are not about the sports. You are.
No, I didn't tell that I'm about the sport.
value of
You didn't answer my question. You are not answering my question.
One person.
You are not answering my question. You asked one question. I'm now answering that, and I asked one question. You are not answering that. Why?
Because in the sports there is advantage of the home ground and the audience. Okay.
That was no technical
Okay.
question I
If
have
the
asked.
audience is-
I
if
have
the
asked
audience is
no
not-
technical questions. I have asked no technical questions.
Yes, simply asked.
I have given you options.
What should you do as a supporter of that team?
I have given you options. Just choose one.
As a supporter, we should cheer the team India because
Okay. Now.
to perform the well.
Okay, now, as I already have given you an example that one of your friends or relatives.
Yes, say that.
No, sir. Now,
Players are.
yeah, now I'm telling that as I have given you an example that one of your friends or relatives is in the hospital, and you were told that will.
What do you want to do? You have asked a
Sir, I'm relating the two instances.
Difference to the answer. What?
Yeah, I'm relating the two instances, and you told that you will do your duties and you will pray to God. Now, as you can,
I don't pray to God.
you will do your duty.
I will do.
Yeah, you will do your duty such as
Such as to do the duty like bring the medicine to others and taking
Yeah, that is optimism.
Taking
That
the
is
others.
optimism.
That's optimism.
Wait.
No.
That is optimism. Why?
Explain.
Why? If you are watching your close ones in the deathbed and you have accepted that situation, that now what will I do? I don't know what to do, and you are simply idly sitting and accepting the situation, that is pessimism. That you have accepted that negativity, and if, as you have told that you will do your duties, you will bring the medicines, you will check if the treatment is going well or not.
And my responsibility. That's it.
That's the thing.
Duty is not optimism.
So what?
Duty is not optimism.
Right.
Okay, I'm explaining
Just one
as
question, just one
as
point.
I'm not finished yet. Wait.
Where is the comparison here? Where is the
I'm
comparison?
telling. Let me finish. Then you will get to know. And he is doing his duties on his own answers. He has told that he's bringing the medicines and he's checking whether everything is right or not. The treatment is going well or not. He is not sitting idly there. He is trying to fight the situation. And if you are trying to fight the situation and you are searching for an
what is there to fight? He is just doing his own duty. That
now,
is what he
now
must
I'm
do.
relating as
No,
you
no,
told
what-
that
no, no, you
Indian
just
audience.
told something you whatever you
Somebody is one of your close friends is in the deathbed and you are watching and you are accepting the situation. That is what pessimism is. And if you are doing your duties to
we are doing your duties. We have to do our duties.
yeah, that is optimism. That you want that person to be well.
I think you are not relating the
Shubhra,
situation.
Chandra is very much right. Why do you run from doctor to doctor? Because you have some optimism. No, my relative may survive. So I will go to the right doctor.
We have the thought also that what will happen afterwards. Like
What will happen?
I want to definitely give him the life. So that's why we are running behind the medicines. And
So is it clear to them what optimism and pessimism is?
Yeah, we have the thought that what happened afterwards. Definitely.
That's why you are trying to find the solution. Is it clear to you that what optimism and pessimism is?
If I'm very much optimistic that whatever will happen, that will be good, and she or he will be fine.
That's the thing. Whatever will happen will be good, and that is optimism. If you are thinking whatever will happen will be good, that is optimism. And you are searching for a solution because you want your loved ones to get well.
Pessimistic thing.
Sir, is it clear to them what optimism and pessimism is? I can't understand.
What is hope against hope? Hope against hope. Say, one doctor has failed. We do not then keep sitting idle. We go to another doctor.
So that was my point.
If my funds permit, I will try to take the patient abroad. Why do I do this?
Exactly, sir.
Is it out of pessimism or out of optimism?
So there is a little bit. Definitely, we have optimism thoughts, but the pessimistic thoughts is there because we want to give.
Pessimism and optimism cannot coexist. If
Sir,
there is optimism, there is
Sir, may I
optimism.
try to answer this one? Sir, say for example, it depends on your wallet. Say for example, sir, you know that the person is critical, and you know you have to understand that what is the position of it, right? So basically, you cannot run behind.
I'm a layman. How do I understand that?
No, sir. Basically, I mean, if you are running, that is something called that. Sir, that is called whips, right? That is what happens in that
Will of the wisp.
So if you are running behind the will of the wisp, this is not never a good option, right? You need to know.
So,
Sir, for example, sir,
question is that
Sir,
I
sir.
have my optimism. That's why I'm running after this.
sir, for example, say I am a common man and my salary, my earning is 10,000 rupees per month. And say, for example, the person who is suffering, he is having a blood cancer of stage 4. Now, how can you, now with your optimism, can you go to different doctors and go for the treatment?
Won't you even try?
What will you do? The see, whatever I have tried, I mean, this is my best. And the fact is, if I spend more, then I will not be able to feed my others. I have to take care of the others.
That is also optimism. You are thinking about yourself and your family.
Intellectual decision, and that is what the pessimism will give you. Because if you're running on the stage for cancer, and you are spending all of your savings and everything behind it, and there is also only a 1% or 2% chance of that, and you know what that saving you will not have anything. Then how can what will you do with this optimism? Better we have to be pessimism.
No, what will you do that is not the supplementary?
No, that is what I'm saying, sir.
We are by
No,
nature
sir, that-
more optimistic
Exactly,
than
that is what I'm saying,
or
sir.
we are by nature
Because
more pessimistic
we
than
are,
optimistic.
that is what I'm trying to say, sir. Say, for example, we are running out of cash. In that case, definitely, which is the fact that we have to take the chance. If I have a lot of money, I don't care about that, how much money is going, we can go forward.
So he has
But the
already
fact is,
answered.
Depends on my financial.
it depends on your financial difficulty.
Okay, Kavita, please. Kavita, please.
Good evening. I am always very
Misty.
optimistic. If there is no optimism, then we cannot go on.
Go on. That's right, exactly.
Such as I come here at this age because I am optimism.
Optimistic. Thank you very much.
Sir, one point just here.
Sir, Shayan has already answered his question in his point that he is telling that somebody is suffering from blood cancer and he has a limited salary and he has to think about himself and his family. He is thinking about himself and his family and your future. If you are not optimistic, how can you think positively about your future?
In this case, if there is what?
Which fear?
Death. Fear of death is working. What will happen in the future? And that's
From the very first, I'm telling that negativity is there in our lives. Negative things will happen, but we have to be optimistic to overcome the setbacks in our lives. We have to be that much hopeful. We have to be that much confident and have hopeful. Sir.
You are repeatedly saying
We have to be-
negativity is
No, sir.
negativity and optimism.
So negative things, I told, negative things will happen. Negative things are happening.
Negativity.
No, sir, as Shayan has told that somebody can suffer from blood cancer. Is it negativity or positivity? It is something negative, but we have to find the solutions that how can.
Sir, you know,
Yeah.
sir,
This person, if my fathers or mothers and
They are talking about that somebody is suffering from something that is.
and I lend suppose
Borrow money.
borrow money.
but how will you repay it? How will you repay it?
That's time I don't
That's
think
time you do not think.
that's time I don't think. I tried my best.
You have to think.
He
You
is.
have, and who will give you the money? Just tell me, who will give you the money?
Okay.
Sir, first of all,
Question answer will be if are continuing, so it's not the way. Of course, I will give Shubhra only 2 minutes to represent the team now. What about the points you have discussed so far, all of you? Summarize.
Okay, so
And on this side, Musha will summarize.
So as we go to the main examples, and I definitely would prefer that the human nature is more pessimistic than optimistic, because whatever is happening in our life, this is comes from the negative thoughts. Because if we are thinking the negative in a negative way, I'm not telling about, definitely there is some positive ways, but we are thinking for some negative things that okay, so that is the situations that can be happened, so we need to take the precautions, and we need to, so for that, if
That is what Chandra is saying.
that
we take precautionary measures.
that is comes from the pessimistic
So you
things.
agree with her?
No, that is comes from the pessimistic things, thoughts. We are pessimistic because we are thinking that what will happen after that, what will happen after that. So because we know that life is very much uncertain, so it is crucial to think about futures. As he mentioned as well that the speculative money or the insurance kind of things. So what will happen there? We need money, and there is a term speculative for the speculation. So what is uncertain, that is the factor, and we are mostly depending on that, because like in the share market as well, why we are investing the things, because we are taking the risk. We know that what definitely something.
Sir, can I
bad
ask
will
one
happen.
question?
Something bad will happen, and in future we need money, and that's why we're taking the risk. So definitely the pessimistic thoughts are there, and for that reason we are working hard. We know that in future when we get older,
So from your speech, you understand we invest money out of a sense of pessimism.
exactly, sir. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Sir, one thing I would like to know from the very beginning. Yes, I'm not asking. I'm going to give my summarization view. The fact is that from the very beginning, my opponent team members are going to boost around the fact that
Beat around the bush.
beat around the bush regarding the situation of the optimism and the pessimism. Now the fact is there any person on this planet called Earth, whenever the person start in something, whenever the person is starting something, having the ray of hope or having the back of his or her mindset that pessimism? Definitely not. Just because an ant also thinks that okay, today I will gain something with my wholehearted means devotion and the hard work. So for that reason, an army of ant is going to accumulate certain food quantity to enjoy the rest of the days. So somehow like that, whenever a person is trying to do something at that particular point in time, the person always carries, even if we find the person is somehow a bit optimism. Why? Just because optimism is gives the path many positivities. Even opposite side, if we get a person who is going to carry the pessimism, then also it will be covered with the optimism think or the process of the thinking. Why? Just because one of the
Excuse me. Pessimism will be covered with optimism. What's the meaning?
now the question is that whenever we are trying to do something, if by chance you have got failure, so at that particular point in time, it may slightly give us the backup that okay, it may not be possible for me, so let me give up. So that particular thing, if a person carries the with the full of energy in the name of the optimism, so he can develop much more. One of the examples I would like to give, when Hussein Bolt was in the track first time in the Olympic, exactly year I forgot, it is in the recorded on a YouTube history. So now the question is that for 9 seconds he couldn't achieve the first position, but back of his mind he was going to keep on encouraging the optimism, next World Cup I will be the first runner in the, I mean, on the track in the Olympic. So for that, for the 4 next years, for the 9 seconds he was going to give his hard labor, rather he was going to grease his elbows, and as well as he was going to carry along with him the optimism. And next time the second World Cup, I mean the Olympic, while he took part, rather he was not only the person who took the first position in the 200-meter runs. So now for that reason, I would like to say from the very beginning, I'm telling you, even if a person is a very weak person, that doesn't matter, but if the person has the highly positive attitude along with him in the name of the optimism, so definitely the person can, a person can be winner, or he can flying, I mean he can come with the flying colors. So this is the reality.
And can fight pessimism.
Yes, anything.
Thank you very much.